What is swatting, and why is it getting so much worse and creating fear in the LGBTQ plus community? While the whole world was getting ready for Christmas and holiday celebrations, some were planning and plotting on swatting. Swatting is a criminal harassment tactic that involves false reporting in order to generate a police response. Since December, there have been widespread swatting threats made against political activists, politicians, and government buildings in the United States. The latest victim of this dangerous act was California Lieutenant Governor Eleni Kounalakis. San Francisco police went to Kounalakis' family's Pacific Heights home about 11:20 a.m. on December 31st after a swatting call reported a possible shooting. The incident came just days after Kounalakis pleaded with California Secretary of State Shirley, a fellow Democrat, to remove former President Donald Trump from the state's primary ballot. New York Republican Brandon Williams also revealed that police from Auburn, New York had come to his home on Christmas Day after receiving a call claiming there was a crisis at his home. The Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott talked about being a target of a hoax call. A person made a call to the Naples Police Department claiming one man shot his wife with an AR-15 3 times while she was sleeping. Police said that within 15 minutes they had confirmed the report was false. The Georgia Republican Marjorie Greene said that she too has been swatted, not 1, not 2, but 8 times. The Maine Secretary of State, Shenna Bellows, who ruled that Donald Trump was ineligible to appear on the state's 2024 primary ballot, was also a target of a swatting call, as per which an unknown male broke into her home in Manchester. Police responded but found no one inside the home. The law enforcement agency worries that swatting might get directed toward public places such as airports, schools, and even LGBTQ plus businesses and events. So I was reading about this and watching some shows a couple weeks ago about swatting, and I wasn't too sympathetic when it was Marjorie Greene.
Like
I'm not gonna, but I did think when that was happening to her eight times. I'm like, what is wrong with your local police department that you don't have a catalog of who are your public officials, your judges, or, and after the first or second time, there should be somewhat of a registry. And then I found that there isn't communication between the federal level and the local level and even the state level to kind of create a database for people who might likely be, getting hoaxed or swatted.
Yeah.
So it is a hugely dangerous thing. But police officers, they do need to have some way of knowing who in the community is a person that is either famous or a person who is a target of hate crimes. So I think it's terrible on both sides. The fact that we have been, that we're talking about these issues, all of this, frickin' Donald Trump. History books, why all of this has, come to the forefront. And then, of course, the shooting stuff, that's not him. That is our culture, and that's our gun culture. That's my side thing that I'm not going to get into. But why we even believe this and why we have to have all these guns drawn when we go to a residence to try to de-escalate a situation. Right. So it's a terrible thing, whether it happens on either side.
Look, swatting, listen, people have nothing else to do with their lives, right? I mean, go freaking get a hobby, mother effers. I mean, come on. So I had first learned about swatting from the gaming community, right? So gamers are real, they're very competitive against each other, right? So they would start, if they wanted to beat another gamer, they would send the cops into the other gamer's house, and then once they saw the cops in through the video, through the camera, then they would win or whatever, countless man hours, countless law enforcement hours lost,
The expense, right.
Countless investigations to try to find out where the phone call came from and IP addresses and all that kind of stuff. But mainly, someone is really in danger and needing these cops, with all their manpower.
Right, because it becomes
and they're there at some kid's house.
Right, it becomes a boy who cries wolf situation in that one moment when they really should be there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
And also, it's another example of how everything in the last 10 or 20 years has just ratcheted up. It used to be if you were going to do something bad after someone's house, you would order 10 pizzas delivered.
Toilet paper and the trees.
And those were the worst things. But now you're bringing in these incredibly powerful, expensive teams into people's homes and into people's neighborhoods that are placing everybody at risk. So what's next?
Yeah, I mean, and I like the idea of what you said, but the thing is, these terrorists because that's essentially what they are at this point.
It's terrible.
They're going to be like, okay, we've swatted her 3 times in 10 days, so the police aren't going to become as forceful the next time. And that's when they go in and take hostages or do their bad things. And I hope I'm very wrong about that.
I hope so too.
But I'll tell you, this is not only dangerous, as you said, it's, taking resources that should be elsewhere. It's hurting our police, and these people who are doing this are allegedly law and order, but it's putting them in danger because every time they go on a call, every time the sirens come on, they're at an increased risk of danger.
Of course.
And I don't love, but I appreciate in this story that we mentioned that many Republicans are getting this too. And this is, if you're not Republican enough, they will turn on you. Hitler had the brown shirts. Trump has the red hats. And to all those people who think Trump will be fine and we can just put a little supervision on him, I would suggest that you go back and look what happened to Ernst Röhm and his fellow brown shirts, because that's waiting to happen for you. Trump's attorneys say the president can order political assassinations on U.S. soil. And that's his attorney. And Trump wasn't standing up to say, oh, no, 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 no. He was just, this will be good.
Stick to ding dong ditch, y'all.